The tyranny of the blank page.
Blank pages are scary.
Blank pages are totally scary.
Definitely.
That's the hardest part with a project, is staring at that blank page. Once you get one or two notes on the page, the rest of it kind of falls in place, but it's getting those first couple notes. Do you find that?
It actually, I don't find that. Which is my problem with the blank page is for writing lyrics.
Yeah, lyrics.
Lyrics are hard for me.
Lyrics are tough. The music part, usually I'll have a couple of riffs in the back of my head all the time that I've sort of moved up in the top 5 slot. But realistically, with lyrics, it's kind of like you almost have to. I do the trick where I imagine that I'm trying to scam someone out of money and then sending them an email that looks like I replied to an email that they sent me, even though we've never actually spoken.
Well, that's an interesting trick.
I just made that
that's
up.
a cool
just now
technique.
with my phone, I made that up. But now I have an idea. So
there you go.
You can get ideas from anything. So I just try to look at it like that.
Deriving inspiration from anywhere.
Though the real tyranny of the blank page is when you have to do it.
Really, I find it
where
completely
the tyranny
the
comes.
opposite. I find that having to do it actually takes away the tyranny completely.
It just makes it easy to
It just boom.
It's got to be done.
I can work under pressure.
Yeah.
When I don't have the pressure, I
Yeah.
can't. So
some people will find the tyranny with the deadline. Some will find it without.
right.
Definitely.
But yeah, we did another one. We did a previous video called "Getting a Project Off the Ground," and this is really, getting a project off the ground. It's just hard to get a band together and get all the moving pieces together. But this is really, it's even hard just getting the material written. Except you go through these periods of your life where I can write 100 songs in a year. Okay, are any of them good?
Right.
But I think that if you write 100 songs in a year, the last 25 will be remarkably better than the first 25.
Always.
And because it's like going to the gym.
It's like a scrap pile too.
Right.
But also, I mean, if you really have that deadline, a lot of people go, I'm gonna write 100 songs in a year, right? But they don't have anything forcing them to write.
Right. If
That
if you're on Get Off My Lawn Records and I tell you you've got a year, or really with me, it's more like you got a couple of months.
Right.
It's like either have the material written or go write it in a couple
Then
months.
you're manufacturing inspirato.
Kind of.
But the thing is,
There's
you
something
have
creative
to.
about the deadline.
There is something creative about the deadline, and I think the thing is, you have to be able to be. You're taking away something that the other person really values for the deadline to mean anything.
Yeah, that's true. So, I just want to be quick on this one, right? I try to do these as a motivation. This is more like a motivational speech. Listen, it's a myth. There is no tyranny in the blank page. It's all this.
I agree.
You gotta break down the mental barriers.
Yeah.
Look at it, put down a word, start with one word, add a second word.
Start with one line.
Start with a letter,
Yeah.
right?
A color.
Yeah.
Whatever you're doing.
But start with a thing and
Draw
then
a
build from the
masterpiece.
thing. And don't allow yourself to get overwhelmed by the result. I always say you have to go in with an idea of what you want. Right? You have to have a vision. But the vision should only become clear as you do it. If you go in having every single thing pre-planned, it'll never go right, and you'll hate it. If you go in with a kind of vague plan, but a plan, it'll come into focus and turn into something real special. So, yeah.
Or at least something that's done.
So yeah, and that's the
That's
hardest
special.
part.
It's done. It's
Sometimes that's all
special.
that matters.
When you're dealing with the pitfalls of self-producing, that is
Right, yeah, I'd find when you write, if you can just finish an idea and live with it for a little bit, revisit it, you'll find it was a lot better than you thought when you were making it.
See, Tom is going to make me clean that keyboard. That keyboard's been amassing stuff. Tom's sitting here been fiddling with
this
it.
one.
You have no idea how hard it's been for me to not fiddle with all that stuff on there.
All right, what's next?